Hello and welcome back. So it's now the moment of truth to see whether what we have done here has actually worked. Now, before we even do that, I just want to I wanted to see what the query contains, but I think that's irrelevant for now. Let's just try and do this. So let me go back to the user class here, and where there is an action for the user, I want to create another function. Actually, before we even do this, let me go to the index page. Let's try and do it the way we had done it before. So here I want to read from the database, but I want to get everything that exists like that. So let me come back. This is the index page. Now I want to see these results after I edit. So we have John. I want to just add a 1 at the end, and Mary, and add a 1 right there on any of them. So in order to do that, I will use user action, just like this. I will say user action, but instead of get all, I will say update. And then what do I update? I want to update an array. I'll put the information I want to update inside an array. So I'm just going to call it array like that. And what I want to change is the username. So let me come back here to, because that's the username. And I want to use where ID is equal to 1. So change the username where ID is equal to 1. So here, what I need is update. And then I need to add a where clause here, like so. And then put an actual where clause there, which is ID is equal to full stop ID. And then over here, of course, I have to put my array that contains the ID I want to change. So ID 1. Okay. And then what do I want to update? I just put the array of data that I want to update here, like so. So this is how you update your database now. So whatever items you put in this array will be updated when we run this. So I'm going to say array username is equal to, so I want to change this username to John1. So let's just change that by itself. That's it. So I change it to John1, and then we read from the database all of them so that we can see if anything at all changed. So refresh. So when you get errors, you know you're doing something. So call to undefined method user update. Ooh, you know, I forgot to actually create that. So let's go to the user class and public function. Public function. Why did I put that underscore there? Update, like so. And then in the update, we need the values that we want to update, like so. So let me remove that underscore. And just like we did with the get by this, get by that, all I need now is to return this, like so. Let me use this one that has a where clause over there. Oh, wait a minute. Update. Oh, what have I done? Wait a minute. There's a where clause here. Where? Right. So which means I will need to mimic that in here as well. So update. I think we need to simplify things a little bit here. So user action get all or update where. Okay, not a big deal. We'll add the where function as well, no problem. So let's duplicate those two and add the where. So here the where is going to be where, like this, and the values for the where clause. And same thing here, values. Okay, great. Yeah, so we could do it like this, but the problem I'm seeing here is that we are replicating ourselves, because in the database class we have update and then we have where, don't we? We have where and we have update. So this is not sitting well with me. So let's change things up a bit. What I will do is let's remove the where clause here. Things should be shorter than this. So what I want to do is just say update, and then you put your, I think let's call it update by ID, like this. Okay. So update by ID, and then you put your values, and then you put your ID, of course, like that. Yeah, I think that works better. So here, if I come back to the index page, I'll say update array, and then comma 1, like that, and that should do it. So let me remove all this, copy it for reference, and I just want to delete all that. Okay, so user action update, you supply the array for updating, and then wait, update by ID, like that. So update by ID, the array, and then the ID. Okay, that is great. So let's go to our user class now. This is where we're going to add the actual database thing here. So I'm just going to say db table. So I'm going to say table, and we already know we're in the user class, so the table is users, and then this should turn to db. And of course, I want to return whatever value is returned over there. I want to transfer it back here. Okay, so db table uses update, and in terms of the database, the update thing works a little bit different. Where is the update anyway? Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. It expects just the array, so let's remove the 1 over there. Okay. So update where, and then we add our where clause, and then we put the ID. So copy that and put the ID over there, like so. Yep, and that should work. Refresh. Undefined variable array on line 32. Where is that? Array is not defined. That's because we need to use values that we used here. Paste. There we go. Okie doke. Should work now. Fingers crossed. And as you can see, there's John 1 over there. So things are working. Now, if I want to change the password for any reason, it's the same process. Now, I just have to go to my index page and maybe let me say John 2, like that. And then let's change the password as well to password. Yeah, like that. So once I do that, now if I refresh my data, invalid parameter number parameter was not defined. Was it? Interesting. Now that we have 2 parameters, it's saying there's one that was not defined. Really? Okay, that is very good. So all we have to do now to figure things out is to go to our database class. Where is this? Where is the update? This is the one right here. But let's go to the run. Where is run? Where are you, run? So right here, by the time we get here, I just want to see what's inside the query, so that we can see what's going on, man. What's going on? The first one worked and not this one. So it's saying update users set. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see better. So you see, these are the problems right here. The thing I was talking about with spaces and all that. So that is our problem right there. We lack spacing. So This is why when there was just one item, it worked just fine, but it couldn't work for two. So inside the database class, let's go to the update that creates these queries and put a space, for heaven's sake, at the end, like so. And kablemo, that sorts the problem out. Refresh. Oh, syntax error or access violation. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Okay, let's check the error, shall we? Interesting times. So right back to the run function. Where are we? Right here. So let me just redo the echoing of the query again so that we can see what mistake we made this time. Back, refresh. Okay, so the problem is we are not supposed to just have a one value after another. We need actually a comma over here. Password where ID be equal to ID. So it seems everything else is fine. We're just lacking that comma. So let's come down back to the update and put a comma there. Now the thing is, the comma shouldn't be there at the very end, because if I just leave that comma over there, what will happen is that there'll be a comma here, but then there'll also be a comma there, which will mean I lose the syntax there, right? So we can remove that by saying, let's see, this values is equal to values, that's okay. But right here, we can clean up the query before we go any further. So say this query is equal to trim. So trim will remove any characters on both sides. So you can, if you just do trim like this, it will remove the spaces. But you can add a comma here and tell it exactly what you want to trim out. So I want to remove a comma, so I'll just put a comma in those inverted commas like so. So things should work out now. Apparently not. Wow. Okay, back again to the drawing board. What could it be this time? So let's echo it again. So I think I'll just leave that echo there, so I don't have to keep putting it back. So refresh. So we have a comma here, but we still have that comma over there. Why? When I told it to remove that comma. You know, I'm tempted to use a regular expression, but that would be overkill. So what do I do here? This query is equal to trim, and then this query trim. Why isn't this working? Oh, that's because there is a space there. I see what's going on. Okay, so let me remove that space. It should sort the problem out. Yeah, actually. So refresh. And the problem was sorted. So now we have John 2 and our password has changed. So let's just change one more thing just to confirm that things are actually working. Let's change something more. Let's add 3 items. So I want to change this one, Mary, to Mary1, change the email to Mary1 as well, and change the password to password, so that at least we have 3 items to change. So back to the index page, let me just duplicate that, and username, password, and email. So these guys can be in any order, doesn't really matter. And the email should be mary1@yahoo.com. Password will remain as password, and I want to put the name as Mary1, like so. And the ID to this whole thing is true, because that's the whole thing. So 3 items. Let's see if we can change those. Refresh. Okay, so Mary1, that has changed, and that has changed. Okay, so very good. Now we are doing it. Things are working out. So you see how easy it is now. It's not easy to set it up, of course, but once you set those things up, this is all you need to type in order to, instead of actually creating actual queries, you can just do it like this: update by ID, put the array of what you want to update, and then put the ID, and you're done. And if you want to read, you just say user action get or get by ID and get a very specific query. So this makes it easier as you go in your maintaining your website, because if you want to add more code to your website, you don't need to start thinking about queries and all that. You type very little code, because this is how you're accessing your database and dealing with data. That's why it's it's okay to suffer while creating this thing, to go through to do all these gymnastics, because at the end of the day, once you are done with this, you can forget about all this code and just concentrate on the fun part, which is actually getting things done that you want to actually do. Okay, so I'll see you in another video where we continue and actually do some signing up, logging in, etc.